Yeah, I've heard that many times, someone to idolize. Sheriff, does this all seem surreal?
Well, I can tell you that uh, going back to Jessica Hollis, when I lost Jessica Hollis, when we lost Jessica Hollis, one of the things that I said is that I never want to go through anything like this again. And when I got that call, when I was in Dallas, Texas, probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and got a page and says that an officer has been involved in a shooting. And then it came back that Sergeant Hutchinson had been the one that was down. It just blew my mind. And that was probably one of the longest 3-hour drives that I ever had to make in my life. And things were going through my mind. And one of the things I can tell you right now is that I got there at the hospital at a time when they had him in the back in a room, and they were observing his body. He was naked, and I can't get that, and lifeless. I can't get that out of my head. And I think about it all the time, because he was full of life all the time, and he's laying there. So that's something that I'm dealing with right now. And eventually, hopefully, the man upstairs will help me navigate through this particular issue.
Detectives and his former cadets that I've spoken with all have the same question. He was a trainer. He taught you how to survive on the streets. Have you thought about how this could have happened to him?
You know, there's a lot of things that's running through my head, and I ask questions. I go to individuals. Fortunately and unfortunately, I've never been a detective. I left from Travis County Sheriff's Office as a deputy and went over to Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission as the chief over the state. So I don't have all of those investigative skills that individual, and I'm not ashamed to say that. But I know how to put together an agency and how to run an agency. And so I have all these questions, and I ask my officers whether or not I'm headed in the wrong way or am I on target. So from my perspective, as big as that guy was, and all of the knowledge that he had, all of the training that he's had, I've talked to people. Once I left Travis County Sheriff's Office, I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of people all over the country, and everybody from around the country knows Craig Hutchinson and talk about his ability. He's a cop's cop. I still have a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm going to keep asking those questions.
This morning we wake up to news, more officers killed in San Francisco. What do you say to the community? There's still 2 cop killers out there.
We have to, as a community, not just law enforcement, but we need the citizens, the politicians, with all of this negative, hated rhetoric that's going on. I think what this world needs now is much more love. And I think that the law enforcement need to love more. I think the citizens need to love more. And it doesn't matter whether you're black or white, green or yellow. We have to do something, because I believe that this country is morally bankrupt.